Manufactured Caitlyn Clark drama. There's a growing theory that the WNBA is intentionally manufacturing drama around Caitlyn Clark to boost ratings. On the surface, the league's explosion in popularity since Clark's debut seems organic, but some fans aren't buying it. They point to the perfectly timed rivalries, viral slow-mo reactions, and polarizing headlines that always seem to drop at just the right moment. Whether it's her supposed beef with Angel Reese or her tension with older vets like Diana Taurasi, every story feels ready-made for clicks. According to this theory, the WNBA is using Clark as both a lightning rod and a shield, positioning her as the league's savior while stoking conflict to increase engagement. TikTok is filled with breakdowns of how her moments are exaggerated, with some fans pointing out bot-like comment patterns defending her under every post. Others even believe locker room tensions have been exaggerated or faked entirely. Supporters of the theory cite how nearly every big moment involving Clark is accompanied by viral video and a wave of media narratives that seem too coordinated to be natural. Critics of the theory argue it's just a side effect of Clark's fame and the passionate discourse that comes with it. But either way, it's clear she's become a central figure in what feels more and more like reality TV disguised as sports. Is it organic hype or drama by design? Cathy Engelberts' dress conspiracy. When WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelberts stepped onto the court for Game 5 of the 2024 Finals wearing a New York skyline print dress, she probably didn't think it would spark a league-wide conspiracy theory. But fans, particularly those rooting for the Las Vegas Aces, immediately cried foul. New York won that game and clinched the title. Online, the dress was seen as a signal that the league had already picked its winner. Theories began swirling that Engelbert had subtly declared her allegiance to the Liberty, perhaps due to their larger market and massive media backing. Commenters zoomed in on the dress, noting its deliberate skyline design and how it contrasted sharply with the more neutral tones she had worn previously. While this may sound ridiculous to outsiders, WNBA fans know how much perception matters in a league still fighting for full legitimacy. For fans of smaller market teams or those suspicious of uneven officiating, the dress became symbolic of a bigger issue: league bias toward major cities and storylines. The idea that the commissioner would dress in a way that crowned a champion before tip-off fed into long-standing suspicions about favoritism. Engelbert never commented on the theory, and many dismissed it as harmless fashion. Still, for the conspiracy-inclined, it's a case of where there's smoke, there's fire. And in this case, the smoke came in the shape of a very stylish NYC skyline. We're going to cancel her, Marine Johannes rumor. One of the strangest locker room theories in recent memory involves New York Liberty guard Marine Johannes. According to an unverified French report, Johannes was the target of locker room threats after she recorded a casual TikTok video. The viral moment supposedly didn't sit well with certain teammates who allegedly warned her, "We're going to cancel you." While no official sources confirmed the incident, the report lit up international basketball circles and prompted Liberty fans to speculate on team dynamics behind the scenes. Was Johannes being frozen out for not playing into team image, or was it part of a larger culture clash within the Liberty's locker room? Supporters of the theory argue that Johannes' inconsistent minutes and lack of media presence are signs that something is amiss. Why, they ask, would one of Europe's most dynamic guards suddenly fade into the background of a playoff contending team? Others believe the cancel comment speaks to a deeper tension in modern locker rooms, where branding, social media presence, and personal politics now intersect with playing time. As with many of these stories, truth and rumor blur. Johannes herself has not commented publicly. But for fans who follow WNBA locker room drama like a soap opera, this theory has become a defining example of how even a TikTok can spark whispers of betrayal, power dynamics, and backroom politics. The WNBA referee rigging theory. One of the most enduring conspiracy theories in WNBA circles is that referees are subtly instructed to rig games to favor storylines or big-market teams. This theory reached a fever pitch during the 2023 playoffs when fans accused officials of blatantly favoring the New York Liberty over the Connecticut Sun. The viral clip that fueled the fire? A no call on an obvious foul, followed by an immediate technical on Sun head coach Stephanie White for reacting too emotionally. Within minutes, Twitter and WNBA Reddit exploded with side-by-side video breakdowns, suggesting a pattern of calls consistently benefiting the chosen teams, namely New York, Las Vegas, and Chicago. The theory goes further. Some fans believe that refs are briefed pre-game by league officials who highlight the players and moments they want to shine. Add in the WNBA's recent push for visibility and increased revenue, and skeptics argue that rigging isn't just possible, it's strategic. Detractors, of course, say missed calls are just part of the game and that bias is in the eye of the fan. Still, in a league where narrative matters and marketability is everything, even one questionable whistle can send conspiracy alarms ringing. The media puppets allegation. Another wild WNBA theory that certain reporters, especially newer voices on social platforms, are actually league-approved media puppets, planted to push specific narratives. These alleged insiders receive early access, perks, and preferential interviews in exchange for towing the company line. Proponents of this theory point to how some viral WNBA influencers get immediate player reactions or behind-the-scenes content, while more seasoned journalists are left in the cold. They also note how controversial takes that might hurt the league's image are rarely promoted, while Clark versus Reese drama or Taurasi one-liners get amplified by suspiciously similar accounts across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. The puppet theory also plays into the rise of social-first sports media. Influencers who toe the line are allegedly rewarded with reposts, brand deals, and shout-outs from official WNBA channels, making them more mouthpiece than media. The result? A controlled conversation designed to push safe controversies while avoiding deeper systemic critiques. Is it true? Probably not fully. But when the same handful of voices dominate every headline and each narrative fits too cleanly into a marketable rivalry arc, you can see why some fans start to wonder. The league is hiding a trade request theory. The WNBA doesn't do drama like the NBA, or does it? This theory alleges that major trade requests from star players are regularly buried by the league or rebranded as mutual decisions. The most talked about case? Skylar Diggins-Smith's mysterious exit from the Phoenix Mercury in 2023. She didn't play the entire season after giving birth, was kept off the team's bench, and wasn't part of any promotional material. Fans speculated she had quietly requested a trade, or that the team had blackballed her entirely. The theory goes deeper. Instead of airing public laundry, WNBA front offices, agents, and league officials allegedly agreed to internalize messy exits to preserve the brand. That's why, unlike the NBA, there are fewer public trade demands or mid-season sagas. Proponents say the Diggins-Smith case isn't the only one. They cite Liz Cambodge's strange mid-season split from the Sparks, Kristi Tolliver's sudden disappearances, and even Tina Charles's abrupt exits as proof that the WNBA keeps its messiness under wraps. It might make for better PR, but fans who crave drama see it as a cover-up. The Caitlyn Clark cloning conspiracy. As soon as Caitlyn Clark's college dominance reached national headlines, a joke-turned-theory began to spread online. There's more than one Caitlyn Clark. What began as a meme about her playing like a robot or glitch in the Matrix evolved into full-on Reddit threads claiming her unreal stamina, flawless shooting mechanics, and media-perfect presence couldn't possibly be human. Some claimed her facial expressions never changed under pressure. Others joked that her shooting form was identical every time because it was programmed. The theory even expanded to claim the WNBA, or Nike, had cloned her to serve as the league's marketing messiah. TikTok conspiracists ran with it, editing clips of her blinking out of sync or appearing to teleport across the court. Obviously satire, right? Most fans play along as a gag, but the deeper take is this. Clark's immediate impact and clean public image make her almost too good to be true in a league desperate for a crossover superstar. So the theory asks, if you were going to create the perfect WNBA star in a lab, wouldn't she look and play exactly like Caitlyn? The aliens built Aja Wilson theory. This one's for the true weirdos. Aja Wilson's freakish athleticism, shot-blocking instincts, and mid-range control have led some corners of the internet to call her not of this earth. The theory, which blends meme and myth, claims she's either part alien, government experiment, or descended from a secret WNBA bloodline. The evidence? Her frame is nearly unmatched in women's basketball. Her leadership is elite, and she barely sweats. Seriously, fans swear they've watched her go full games without showing fatigue. In interviews, she's charismatic, unbothered, and always says the right thing, like she's been trained for greatness on another planet. Some fans even joke that her rise from Columbia, South Carolina, through South Carolina to Vegas was too clean, a carefully curated journey meant to lead the league into its next evolution. Add in her unmatched consistency and recent acting gigs, and believers say she's here to bridge sports and mainstream culture, maybe even intergalactically. Sound crazy? Probably. But in a league this starved for superstardom, Aja being built in Area 51 is somehow plausible to some. The secret sabotage of the Indiana Fever. This theory claims that the Indiana Fever, despite drafting generational talent, have been quietly sabotaged from within to keep big-market teams relevant. Conspiracists argue that whether through coaching hires, mysterious rotations, or front office decisions, someone wants the Fever to lose. It started before Caitlyn Clark arrived. Multiple top picks like Kelsey Mitchell and Lauren Cox failed to pan out. Then, in 2024, even with Aaliyah Boston, the team still struggled. By 2025, with Clark on board, odd patterns emerged, benching star players in tight games, slow rotations, and questionable substitutions. Fans online claimed, "No way this is accidental." Add in rumors of internal rifts, strange press quotes, and public criticisms from opposing coaches, and the story grew legs. The Fever aren't just bad, they're being made to be bad. The payoff? Bigger markets, more TV airtime for rivals, and the league's hottest star stuck in drama. Is it just bad management, or a stealthy play to keep Clark in the spotlight by making her struggle? Ask WNBA Reddit, they've got spreadsheets. The Sue Bird never aged theory. For over 2 decades, Sue Bird was a consistent presence in the WNBA, not just in skill, but in appearance. This sparked an oddly persistent theory. Sue Bird doesn't age like a normal human. Fans began to notice that Bird looked nearly identical in photos from 2002 and 2022. Smooth skin, the same smile, minimal visible aging. Was it skincare, genetics, or something stranger? The theory spiraled on social media into claims of Bird being a time traveler, immortal, or even a vampire. Reddit threads joked that she may have discovered a secret WNBA anti-aging program. Others linked it to conspiracy theories about elite athletes using futuristic recovery tech hidden from the public. The most entertaining angle? That Bird struck a deal with the basketball gods, 20 years of play in exchange for eternal youth. With 4 championships, 5 Olympic golds, and a fan base still obsessed post-retirement, some say the deal paid off. Of course, Bird is human, we think. But the internet's obsession with her age-defying looks remains a mystery wrapped in a meme, and one of the league's most beloved weird theories. The cursed no one pick theory. Every time the WNBA lands a hyped #1 draft pick, fans hold their breath, not in celebration, but in fear. Why? Because the #1 pick might be cursed. From injuries to underwhelming careers, some top picks haven't lived up to expectations. Chiney Ogwumike's injuries, Lauren Jackson's chronic issues, Candace Parker's early burnout accusations, and even concerns about Sabrina Ionescu's rocky transition are often cited. Most recently, Caitlyn Clark entered the league with generational hype, and fans immediately feared the curse would strike again. The theory claims there's a jinx on the pick itself, whether through media pressure, poor landing spots, or just bad luck. The narrative gained traction when Aaliyah Boston, despite her talent, was drafted into a struggling Fever team and had to carry a massive load from day one. Is it the pressure? Is it poor roster fit? Or is the #1 pick cursed, destined to struggle no matter who wears the crown? Only time and future rookies will tell. The media protects the pretty players theory. This theory goes deeper than WNBA drama. It questions how beauty and marketability shape the league's narrative. Fans began noticing that certain players consistently received more favorable media treatment even when their performances were average or controversial. The theory suggests that players considered conventionally attractive, like Sabrina Ionescu, Cameron Brink, and even Caitlyn Clark, are protected from harsh criticism, while players like Angel Reese or Chennedy Carter get roasted for similar behavior. Supporters of this theory cite examples of aggressive on-court actions by different players being described as fiery for some and dirty for others. And when it comes to commercials, interviews, or social posts, the camera seems to prefer a certain aesthetic. Of course, this theory draws criticism for being too reductive, but its underlying message is about the intersection of beauty, race, and marketability in women's sports. If you look the part, some say, the media will forgive everything else. Whether true or not, the debate around media bias remains one of the most sensitive and passionately defended topics in the WNBA world. The Lisa Leslie was a government plant theory. This one's truly out there. According to the most unhinged corners of sports Twitter and Reddit, WNBA legend Lisa Leslie was planted by the US government to make women's basketball more marketable. The theory suggests that after the NBA launched the WNBA in 1996, league officials, alongside shadowy marketing advisors, needed a face that could bridge athleticism, beauty, and media charisma. Lisa Leslie, a 6'5" center with model looks and a dominant game, fit the bill perfectly. Too perfectly, some say. Conspiracists point to her appearances on magazine covers, endorsement deals, and early TV spots as evidence that she was pre-selected for stardom. Others say her historic dunk in 2002 wasn't just a sports moment. It was scripted, engineered to create viral buzz before viral existed. Of course, none of this holds water. Leslie was simply that good. But in the age of social media rabbit holes, even WNBA greatness can attract bizarre conspiracy theories. The Brinks ACL was a marketing setup theory. After Cameron Brinks' ACL injury during the 2024-25 season, fans mourned the loss of one of the W's most marketable rookies. But shortly after, Nike dropped a heartfelt campaign. Then came ESPN specials, podcasts, even a docuseries announcement. Cue the theory. Was the injury convenient? According to some online theorists, Brinks' team used the injury to pivot her into media superstardom, cashing in on sympathy, relatability, and comeback queen narratives. They cite the sudden PR push and perfect timing as evidence of a strategic pivot rather than a devastating setback. It's a cold take, but in today's media world, where pain can be monetized, the theory has found traction. Still, most fans reject it outright and see Brinks' public openness as courage, not conspiracy. Clark and Reese are secretly friends theory. They're rivals on the court. They trade taunts. The media fuels a fiery back-and-forth narrative. But what if it's all for show? This theory claims that Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese, two of the WNBA's most hyped young stars, are actually friends behind the scenes, possibly even collaborating on how to maximize engagement and media attention. Supporters point to subtle moments, laughs exchanged at the All-Star game, interviews with sly grins, and the fact both players benefit from the rivalry. More clicks, more sponsors, more buzz. It's not unheard of in sports. Magic and Bird played into it. Serena and Maria Sharapova were more civil than fans knew. Could Clark and Reese be pulling the same move? Whether real or imagined, the frenemy theory fuels one of the league's hottest narratives and keeps fans guessing long after the final whistle.